Welcome back. The UN is to start airlifting emergency supplies to some areas of Somalia ravaged by famine, a desperate attempt to help those yet to receive help. Meanwhile, the mass exodus from the country continues. The International Rescue Committee says 1,300 refugees arrive at the Dadaab camp every day. That's about 10,000 a week. The camp's population is now almost 500,000, and that's putting incredible pressure on the hospitals and doctors trying to treat the sick. Martin Geissler is filming all week with the staff and patients at Hagadera Hospital. Tonight, he reports on the system under stress.
They're arriving at an alarming rate. And in Hagadera's intensive care ward, every case is an emergency.
Child is stable for now, but very weak.
22 beds in this small room, jammed in against each other, and some of the patients are doubling up.
If the number increases, then we won't be able to cope.
But it's not just space they're short of.
So you only need very basic medications
yes.
here, but you need it soon?
Yes, we need it soon, now, actually, not tomorrow. Because if we delay and we don't have those resources, the children will not make it, and most of them will die.
It is as stark as that, and a journey to the camp's admissions centre showed us the scale of the problem. 10,000 people arrive at Dadaab every week. They've escaped a famine and a civil war in Somalia, but the journey has taken its toll. Harima walked here with 7 children. It took them a week. I'm so worried, she told me. We've no money, no food. We haven't eaten for 4 days. My child is sick. Adan Bashir is clearly unwell. He's had a fever. His body started swelling, his mother says.
Shall we take this child and have him looked at now? Can we take him to the centre to get him measured? Just now? Because I think he's sick.
A tape round the upper arm is the simple test for malnutrition. Adan Bashir's reading is yellow. He is malnourished, though not severely. But the doctor has other concerns.
This one is anemic. It's not pain.
They couldn't keep him in, though. Only life or death cases get precious ward space here. Cases like Minaj, who came in yesterday. At 7 months old, he weighed just 6.5 pounds, way below a healthy birth weight. Doctors hooked him up to a drip and, overnight, he's put on 1 pound, more than 15% of his body weight. He is still terribly frail and vulnerable, but he's moving slowly in the right direction. I asked his mum how she felt. She answered with one word: delighted. Across the ward, Aden Ibrahim is improving too. After a week at death's door, he's finally gaining weight, little by little. His father feeds him drop by drop through a nasal tube. If these 2 young boys survive, they'll stay in this ward for a fortnight at least, and they'll be joined by many more. The staff here will do what they can, but they, like the children, need help.
And Martin is live in the hospital tonight. Martin, is there any sign of improvement at all in the staffing and equipment shortages?
Quite the opposite, Mark. And to illustrate that point, just before curfew was called in the camp, another new arrival appeared in this ward. She was terribly ill. The staff couldn't turn her away. She's now in this bed in the tiny corridor. They are literally bursting out of the door here. The staff are talking about putting a tent up outside to cope with the overspill, but that brings its own problems. This is a hot, dusty environment. The children are tiny, they are frail. It's clearly not the ideal environment to treat them in. And it's not just the health concerns. A new tent would need a new team to look after it, and they're already stretched to the limit. So you can see through the prism of this one ward how this crisis is spiralling. The situation in Somalia is getting even worse by the day, and the impact is being felt in places like this.
All right, Martin, thank you very much for that. And if you want to help, you can go to the Disasters Emergency Committee website at dec.org.uk, phone 0370 60 60 900, or text AID to 70000.